What's going on, Guardians? Welcome back to a new video, and in today's video we're going to be going over how you guys can get the Traveler's Chosen Exotic. So what you want to do is start off this quest by going to Zavala and picking it up. From here, you have to meet Asher on Io and tell him what's going on with the darkness. Now keep in mind, before you can actually start this part of the quest, you need to complete the prior week's Exodus preparation. Keep in mind, before you can start this, you actually have to go and complete the previous week's Exodus preparation quest before you can actually finish this. Preparation can be done by doing weekly bounties per each world. When you make your way down to Asher Mir on Io, he's going to greet you with another quest step. This quest step is called Observer Effect, and he'll also give you some dialogue if you wish to read it. For me, I just skipped it, so I didn't have to worry about it. Part of the quest is to go into the Sanctum of Bones Lost Sector and kill Taken. So, over there is Asher Mir. What you want to do is follow my location guide on screen and go down to the Sanctum of Bones Lost Sector. This Lost Sector has plenty of Taken to kill to finish up your traces of corruption that you need to get. Kill 25 Taken and you are done with that step. But you still have to progress through this Lost Sector, so keep on going once you've done that. Once at the boss, you're going to be greeted by the wanted enemy of the Lost Sector, but he's not the only boss that will be here. You also need to go behind this rock, and there is Barazim, a giant phalanx that you also have to kill. Kill both of them to finish this Lost Sector and get what you need. Barazim will drop the Taken sample that you needed. And then this boss over here will let you open the chest. And then you get your next quest step into the Pyramidian. And this one, of course, you go into the Pyramidian. So select the strike from your normal selection of the strike on the map and go on in and finish it. You also need to kill Vex throughout this to get what they call scan traces. So there should be enough Vex in this Pyramidian strike to help you complete that. And once you've defeated Brachian, wait for the chests to spawn and you will be granted with your next step of your quest. From here, you have to go to the Heroic Unexpected Guests Adventure, and all you have to do is just complete it. It's not really too difficult. I mean, it's kind of higher level than what normally adventures would be, but once again, it's really easy. It's not really that bad at all. So once you get the Fleischmann Axiom, whatever you want to call it, you're pretty much done with Io. So now you can return back to the Rupture and see Asher Mir once again. Now the cool thing about returning to these locations and talking to the people that you just did these quests for, they actually give you legacy items that are very difficult to find anywhere else. Like this one, he gives you the Silicon Neuroma, which you can get from dropping in the Pyramidian Strike Nightfall. And now we can begin our next part of the quest, which is Exodus Evacuation on Titan. Head down to the Siren's Watch and speak to Sloane. Once you speak to Sloane, she's going to give you the next part of the quest. Now this part of the quest is called Clearing the Decks, and this one is to defeat the Hive Knight Deck Thra in the Lost Sector Methane Flush. To get to the Methane Flush from Sloane, here it is on screen, a location of how you can get there. Once you are in the Methane Flush Lost Sector, there's going to be two Shriekers and the Wizard in the first room. The Wizard's eventually going to move his way back to the final room if you don't kill him here, so it's going to make this encounter just a tad bit harder, considering that you also have the Deck Thra boss, which is a huge knight, as you see here, and yeah, he's kind of difficult to defeat, especially when you're not using the correct weapons like I did. So once you kill the giant knight as well as the wizard boss in this lost sector, you'll get the item that you needed from killing the knight, as well as you can get the next part of the quest from the methane flush. Now the next part of the quest is called Asset Interception, and this requires you to open chests that are protected by Hive Ultras in the Solarium. So the Solarium is over here on the right side of the map, and if you spawn into the rig, you can follow my location on screen to get to where you need to go. Now once at the Solarium, you're going to be met with a big knight who is actually doing a ritual in the very middle of the Solarium entrance. He is the one that you need to kill, so kill him and then get the chest that he drops. Once you get this Golden Age tech, you then need to go to the location called the Festering Halls, which can be found on the right side of the Solarium. So over there is the chest. You want to go to the right side of where you just were, and it's going to lead you down into the Festering Halls where you can get the next 2 Golden Age tech. Now as soon as you enter into the Festering Halls, you'll notice there is a big ogre in front of you. This is the first of the 2 that you need to destroy, so eliminate this ogre and then claim your chest. But as I said, there's 2 in this area, so once you get this Golden Age tech, follow where I'm going on screen to get to the second one. You don't need to clear out these enemies like I'm doing here. I decided to because I was a little bit low on ammo and I wanted to try to get myself max whisper ammo to take down this boss, which I did. So luckily, I made this boss fight a little bit easier for myself. Once you get down here, you see the final ogre. You need to kill him and then get his chest, and then you are on to the next step of the quest. There you go, you collect your loot, and you get the next step called Be the Wall. Now this step of the quest is to go into the Strike Sabbath and Song and collect tech fragments from killing Hive Ogres, Wizards, and Knights. Now, unfortunately, you're going to be able to complete the Sabbath and Strike and not have all the tech fragments. So you will have to go either back into the Strike if you think it's easier, or just roam around Titan and try to figure out where these Hive Knights, Ogres, and Wizards are. But once you finish up that, you can go on to the next step of the quest called the Will of a Titan. From here, it's as simple as returning back to Sloan and you're done. And as I mentioned before with Asher Mir, she gives you a special legacy weapon called the Duty Bound. And not only that, you have to return to Zavala in the middle of this quest. And what's cool about this is he actually gives legacy items as well. So make your way down to Zavala, and he's going to give you a masterworked version of the Mindbender's Ambition, which actually had pretty good rolls, not gonna lie. Now from here, you need to meet Brother Vance on Mercury and tell him about the evacuation process. So head on down to Mercury to the lighthouse and speak to Vance. Once here, he's going to give you his first step of the quest called a Shattered Future, which is to go into the Garden World Strike and defeat Hydras, Minotaurs, and Cyclopses to get timeline fractures. You will have enough timeline fractures in this strike to finish the quest, as well as finish the strike all in one. So don't fret about having to do what you did on Titan and get more Hive kills. Also, I don't know what happened with that Hobgoblin, don't ask, it just flew out of frame for no reason. The next part of the quest is to complete the strike Tree of Probabilities. Yeah, another strike regarding the Infinite Forest. It's annoying. But you also have to kill 40 Cabal, which once again can be done within this strike, so you won't have to worry about that at all. And there you go, you've got most of Mercury done. There still is one more thing, and that's to complete the adventure Bug in the System, which was one of my least favorites. But once you do that mission, you can then return back to Brother Vance, and he will have another step of the quest for you, which is to evacuate Mars. Go to Mars, speak to Anna Bray, and she'll give you the signs of life, where you need to investigate the signal coming from Rasputin's mine lab. Follow this location on screen to get where you need to go. From here, you'll notice ahead of you there's a marker. This has been showing up for a lot of people lately, so I was wondering what this was. But if you go through the vent and interact with this computer, this is actually the data log that you needed for the Travelers Chosen. So, now you have a quest called Recycle Components, and this one is to defeat bosses in Escalation Protocol to collect 5 frames. Now, the cool thing about this is that I actually found out there's a lot of people doing Escalation Protocol, so once you kill a boss, you can essentially go back to your map and then just go to the other location that has an Escalation Protocol, and you'll most likely spawn into one that's currently in progress. I got lucky and managed to be on a level 4 Escalation Protocol, and there ended up being 2 bosses that I was able to kill and get the last 2 fragments I needed for Rasputin's data fragments. And once you complete this, you have one final quest step to do, and that is to complete the heroic adventure Deathly Tremors in the Olympus Descent. So, activate Deathly Tremors from your map, head on in and complete this mission, and then you are pretty much done with the Traveler's Chosen quest. So now that you have this last and final part, all you have to do is return to Anna Bray, and she will give you your reward. And of course, she gives you the Braytech Osprey, another legacy weapon. And now you are officially done with your Traveler's Chosen quest.
Let Brother Vance chase shadows. We can waste no more time trying to stop him. Ashemir will stand and fight. He still has the heart of love. And Deputy Commander Sloan. She plans to leap the pyramid above Titan's head, one woman against the darkness. What more could I have done? I tried to unite the Vanguard. Now we lie splintered in the face of the dark night. All we have left is our faith. Faith in the Traveler. Faith in the light. Faith in you.
And once you're done with that, return back to Zavala and he will grant you with the Traveler's Chosen. Now, might I say, this is actually a pretty good exotic sidearm, not gonna lie. And of course, for those of you that are trying to do your Season of Arrivals badge and some other things like that, you will get those complete, as well as you'll complete an entire lore book called Durus and Egress, which you can see I'm getting a massive amount of lore discovered from. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful on how to get your Traveler's Chosen finished fast and easy. I'll make more guides like this on some upcoming exotics with Beyond Light, but this is the last one and first one technically that I could do for Season of Arrivals. So, hope this helped out. I'll see you next time. Peace.